Hey there everyone, welcome back. Today I have 5 brand new Dollar Tree Halloween DIYs for you guys. I love Halloween and I love fall and I'm super excited to be back and doing a bunch of DIYs. So there is more to come after this video. So make sure if you are new to stick around by hitting the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. All right, now let's get into the DIYs for today. For this DIY, I'm going to be using one of these foam wreath forms from Dollar Tree and some of the black yarn that Dollar Tree also sells. And I'm just going to start off by hot gluing a piece of the yarn to the wreath form, and then I'm just going to start wrapping the yarn all the way around the wreath form. This is a little tedious. It did take about, I would say about 20-25 minutes to wrap this whole thing in yarn, but it wasn't too bad. And I would suggest before wrapping it to probably paint the wreath form black so that way you can't see any of the green showing through. Like you can see a little bit of green on mine, but I didn't mind that. It was fine. But if you don't want to see that green, just paint it black so that way it takes it away. But I wrapped it all the way around. I just hot glued it in the beginning, and then also once I got to the end, I used a little hot glue on the back side and just snipped the rest of the yarn. So now with this white yarn that I also got from Dollar Tree, I'm just going to go ahead and take a piece of it and flip the wreath over to the back side, and I'm going to hot glue that yarn on the back side, and then I'm going to run that white yarn around to the other side and flip it over, and then hot glue it onto the back of the wreath on the other side. And then I'm just going to cut that excess yarn, and then I'm going to do this 3 more times around the wreath in a crisscross pattern so that way it gives me that look of a spider web. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the middle section of the spider web so that it actually looks like a spider web. I'm going to take a piece of yarn and I'm going to tie it off on just one of the pieces of yarn that I've already attached to the wreath, and I'm going to just place that piece of yarn over and then pull it under the opposite way to loop it around each piece of yarn as I'm working my way around the wreath and making a circle out of this yarn. And so that way the pieces of yarn will be looped and they will be secure to the other pieces of yarn. You can still kind of play around with them and move them. So you don't want to keep it super tight, but you want to keep it tight enough so everything just stays in place and it doesn't fall apart. And then once you get around to the beginning again, you just tie it off and you cut that excess yarn. So I did this a total of 5 times around the wreath. Each section I just got bigger with it, so I just cut a bigger piece of yarn as I was going around the wreath so that way it started to take the shape of a spider web. And I think it looks really cute like this, and it's an easy way to make a spider web with yarn. And you could do this in a bigger form like on a wall or something like that, which I've done before, and it's super easy and makes a big statement. Once I got the spider web all done, I'm just going to take these cute little spiders from Dollar Tree. They come in different colors, black and purple and orange, but I just got the orange glitter ones. That's all they had out, and I just placed them on the wreath and hot glued them down where they needed to be, and that was it. For this next DIY, I'm using 3 sets of these skeleton hand tongs that come from Dollar Tree. Now, I just needed the hands. I don't need the actual arms. So I'm going to take my miter saw and I'm going to cut right below the wrists on each one of these. And that way I'm just left with the hands for this DIY. Next, I'm going to use 3 skulls from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to do the See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Speak No Evil with these hands and skulls. And for this See No Evil, I just hot glued the pinkies and the thumbs. The pinkies set right below the eyes, and the thumbs rested right on the forehead. And then for the Hear No Evil, the index fingers rested right on the side of the face, and then the thumbs rested right on the back of the skull. So I was able to hot glue those perfectly. Now you could use E6000 along with the hot glue, or just E6000 if you had time to wait for them to dry for a little bit stronger of a hold. But bonding plastic to plastic with hot glue seemed to work pretty well for me. The last one for the Speak No Evil, it was a little bit more tricky to get the hands to lay right, but the thumbs just rested right below the eyes eventually, and then the pinkies rested right on the chin. So I just hot glued both of those down, and then the fingers interlocked, just kind of like the See No Evil did on the first one. The last thing I did to these to just elevate the look was to use some gold metallic spray paint that I already had, and I spray painted each one of them, and I love how these turned out. For this next DIY, I'm using 4 of these skeleton heads from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to arrange 3 of them kind of in a triangle shape, and then I'm going to attach them together to each other with some hot glue. Again, you could use E6000 for a stronger hold. And then I'm taking the last one and just placing it on top, just kind of a little bit sideways, and hot gluing it down. And then I'm going to spray paint this whole thing with some black spray paint. All I had was chalkboard paint. You could use whatever black paint you have, or you don't even have to paint these. And then I took these LED battery operated orange lights from Dollar Tree, and I'm just gonna wrap them around the skull heads the way I like, just kind of playing around with them, and that way they look like they are kind of glowing. But I wanted to cover up the cords so they weren't sticking out, so I decided to use some of this Spanish moss from Dollar Tree, and I just kind of pulled it apart and tucked it in the nooks and crannies and where the skull heads set together. I didn't hot glue this. I didn't think it needed it. I just kind of pushed it in place and it stayed there. And then I just kind of played around with the lights and the moss as I was putting it in there. And then to attach the battery pack, I just hot glued it to the back of one of the heads, so that way you can't see it from the front of this display, and making sure that you have access to the actual batteries and to turn it on and off. So I think this turned out to be a cute, spooky display for Halloween. Before I get started on the next DIY, I wanted to quickly mention my second channel, Jessica Lynn on the Farm, which is all about my farm life. And if you are interested in that, the link is down below in the description box. I would love to see you over there and have you subscribe. For this DIY, I'm going to use one of the hanging ghosts from Dollar Tree that have the little arms attached to it, and I'm going to make it a standing little ghost trick-or-treater. So to make it standing, I'm going to use some scrap chicken wire I had in my barn, and I'm just going to fold the top 2 ends over to make a cone shape, and I'm going to use some zip ties to hold it together there at the top. So the end is bigger than the top, and I'll show you that in a second. Now, if you don't have chicken wire, you could use 2 of the wire waste baskets from Dollar Tree and just stack them on top of each other to make your standing ghost. Now you could see the chicken wire when I put the ghost over top of it. So I used a white old pillowcase I had to layer that over top of the chicken wire so that way you couldn't see that. I just slipped it over top and then I hot glued those top two pieces at the top inside there so that way they weren't sticking out. Now I'm just gonna place my ghost over top of the chicken wire, and I am just going to hot glue that little piece of styrofoam that is the ghost's head or face down inside that smaller side of the chicken wire. Then I just placed the sheet of the ghost over top of the front and then flipped it over to the back, and I used that middle section that was kind of cut through to kind of hot glue the front of the ghost sheet and wrap it around the back side just to kind of cinch it in just a little bit so it wasn't just flopped over, because the back of the ghost sheet is shorter than the front side of the ghost. And then I wanted to give my ghost trick-or-treater a little bucket, so I picked up these little jack-o'-lanterns at Dollar Tree, and they were perfect size. Now the little arms have little hooks in them, wire hooks, so I used that to my advantage, and I just slid the little handle of the jack-o'-lantern bucket through those wire hooks on each little hand and just covered the hands back up with the ghost's sheet. Lastly, I decided to put a witch's hat on my little ghost trick-or-treater. Unfortunately, Dollar Tree doesn't have any witch's hats out right now, at least at mine. So I decided to go ahead and make one on my own with some felt from Dollar Tree that I already had. So I just cut a square out and then I shaped it into a cone shape and cut off the excess fabric. And then I just hot glued it together. Then I used some stuffing from an old pillow to stuff the cone just to give it some more shape so that way it wouldn't be a floppy hat. Then for the brim of the hat, I just used another piece of felt and cut it into a circle shape. And then I just hot glued that cone to the circle to make my hat. Now this hat isn't perfect. I could have made it probably a little bit better, but this was kind of on a whim. And I think I'll probably go ahead and replace it later on when I find a witch's hat at Dollar Tree. I did go ahead and add a piece of ribbon that I had from my Halloween stash last year from Dollar Tree, and I just hot glued it around the top there. And I still think it turned out super cute. I just hot glued it to his head, and he looks adorable just as he is, but I'll probably replace the hat later. For this last DIY, I'm using 3 of these tin buckets from Dollar Tree. I'm drawing 3 different jack-o'-lantern faces on each one of them just with a Sharpie marker. I'm not worried about messing up because I'm going to cover up the Sharpie marker mistakes later on by painting it, so I wasn't worried about that at all. And I just looked online for some jack-o'-lantern faces and tried to recreate them the best that I could. Now I'm going to be doing like the hole punch tin can lanterns in these buckets. Now these buckets are flimsy, and if you're trying to do a nail and hammer on them, they will collapse in on themselves. I've done this before on my channel, and some of the tips that I got from other subscribers are saying to freeze water inside the buckets, and then that way when you drill your holes or you punch your holes, you won't get the bucket collapsing in on itself. So I didn't do that, as you can see here. I just used a block of styrofoam from Dollar Tree. I still got some dents and some dings, but that's okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. But I think freezing the water inside of it would definitely work much better. But if you don't mind the dents and dings, this was fine. So now what I'm going to do is I am just going to paint the inside of them black. And now I'm going to come back and tape off the parts of the twine on the bucket. And then I'm also going to tape off on the inside of the buckets where the faces are punched out at. I'm putting tape there as well, so when I paint, the paint won't go through there because I'm using spray paint. And then I'm also taping the top of the buckets as well. All right, this is where I paint the outside of the buckets with some orange spray paint to cover up those mistakes. And then I just removed the tape from each of the buckets. And now I'm gonna place some candles. You can use battery operated candles. I just didn't have any. And I made some cute little jack-o'-lantern buckets to sit outside or inside, wherever you want to display them. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.